Namaste, everyone, and welcome to part 2 of Anchor to Light meditation. And this is, at least in this part of the world, it's Wednesday evening. Anyway, I hope you were able to watch this morning's session where we talked about having a conversation with somebody who's wise. I'm not saying me. That we learn so much more in one conversation with a teacher compared to months and months of maybe years of study. And I want to continue with that a little more because all of you have heard the saying by laozi. You know, you have Confucius, Kongzi in Chinese, laozi. I don't know how they say it in English. I guess laozi. Okay. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. You heard that before, right? But that's only part of it. So the full thing actually says, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When the student is really ready, the teacher disappears. That's the part people don't talk about. So let's go through that a little bit, shall we? Let me just make sure that people can see clearly. All right. So I think a lot of people overuse it without trying to understand it in full context. It's something like this. You don't really expect a college professor to teach a kindergarten kid, right? Number one, the professor would be bored out of his mind or her mind, and the kid will be going, what are you talking about, right? And most people, I'll just say the general public, unless they're seriously on the spiritual path, let's just say they're either kindergarten, maybe infants on the spiritual path. By the way, cross-reference, that's why you notice in the I am affirmation put together by my teacher, you know, I'm not the body, not the emotion, not thoughts, I'm the soul, I'm one with my higher soul, I'm one with the divine spirit within me. Remember that? Remember that? I am a child of God. Why did he put it in there? Just to remind us, hey, don't get big-headed. All of us, compared to the great spiritual teachers, we're like babies, and even smaller. We are children of God, okay? Anyway, so I think one of the things that we really have to think about is, instead of, hey, you know, who's the best teacher around? Who's this? Who's that? We have to ask ourselves, where are we at? You're not going to bug your teacher to like, hey, teach me calculus when you can't even multiply. Isn't it? And I think the mindset has to change with a lot of people on the spiritual path, because I've seen, again, I'm not saying you guys, but you might know someone. There's so much sense of entitlement. I'm entitled to this. I'm entitled to that. The great spiritual teachers are looking at you like, yeah, right. Wipe your own butt first. You get my point? In other words, instead of saying, I'm entitled, you ask yourself, where am I? How's my level of loving kindness? Where's my level of intelligent evaluation of spiritual teachings? Where am I in, constancy and aim and effort in my strive to get something done, to put a schedule to meditate? Where am I in my level of forgiveness? So instead of keep going, hey, I'm entitled to the best teacher in the universe, I'm entitled to this, ask yourself a simple question. Where am I first? And most people don't like to hear that because it's always like, well, I deserve this, I deserve that. I would not say those words if I were you. Because every time you say, I deserve something, you know what that means, right? Okay, I might as well tell you. Every time you say, I deserve so and so, and you're basically saying, based on the law of karma, this is what I'm entitled with. And you better hope you're right. And it's what you want. Think about it. I know, some of you probably turned me off. You probably quit already after you heard that, which, hey, if I'm here, I heard this from a preacher many years ago. If I'm here to tickle your ears, I'm wasting your time. And I kept remembering that, and that's why I do my best in these lectures to tell it to you straight. Some of you might not like it, and some of you might leave, but I'd rather tell the rest of you what I think, in my humble opinion, is true, rather than give you false hope, when what is needed is for us to better ourselves, to entitle ourselves to higher teachers and teachings. Okay? Just keep that in mind. So instead of saying, yeah, I'm entitled to this, I deserve to learn this, I deserve that, you ask yourself, you go, where am I now? What are the lessons I need to learn so I can be of better service? Where am I at in my, you remember you're a being of 3 components. Being of spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. And you break it down. Where am I in my level of spiritual, now, in my intelligence level? Okay? I'm not talking about just having a PhD. You know, the ability to discern what is true, what is not true, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense. If somebody comes up to you and says, you know, I just had a dream that you are the world savior. If you say, yeah, you're right, you failed. Make sense? Do you know how many people have come up to me? Oh, you're doing this to me. I saw you in my dream. You must be the greatest. This, I'm going, namaste. I walk away. Yeah. This is my 30-something. I don't know how many years God will give me in this earth, but people would come up to me. Oh, Master Ko, you know, you have this ginormous aura. I see you when you're teaching. This is glowing. You know what I do with that? I ignore it. You know why? The minute I hold on to one of those, my head will swell. All that is great. That's nice. You saw that. You know, whatever. Must be the lunch you ate. Whatever. I mean, I don't say anything. I just, thank you. And some people say, oh, you know, in my dream, I noticed that you were, whatever, flying with the angels and you had this big blah, blah, blah. I go, thank you. Thank you. I just ignore it. I don't pay attention to it because that's one of the tests. Discernment. You are being of divine intelligence. You have to be able to separate what's real and what's glamour. In fact, what's his name? Charles Ledbetter, the fantastic, probably one of the best clairvoyants in history that has written a lot of books. He was saying that when the Holy Master Dwalku, the Tibetan master, was training him in his clairvoyance. Okay, I know some of you are new and this is probably too far out, but anyway, just digest what you can. He wrote in his book, he said, the teacher, he's talking about the Holy Master Dwalku, the Tibetan teacher, would actually have certain angelic beings create thought forms that are not real. In other words, create certain thought forms that he's already a savior, blah, blah, blah. You know, really stuff to test his ego and probably more. So the teacher would actually enlist the help of certain angelic beings, create energy forms, and test him to see which one is real or not. I'm going, yikes. I'll probably flunk that one. Then I realized in meditation, I go, no, the teacher doesn't have to do that to you. All the teacher has to do is subject you to all your students. Subject me to all the students. And of course, when they learn so much, they have so much healing ability, so on and so on, they progress so much, they think it's me. So they'll start putting me on a pedestal. That would be my test. And sure enough, my teacher used to tell me, you're getting big-headed. You're having students put you on the pedestal, and you're believing it. I said, Master, I'm just doing my best. And he probably read my mind. That was a test. Ego. That's what? That's a test of your level of intelligence. Not like you can calculate the square root of 9,353 times a million. Intelligence as in practical intelligence. I will tell you right now, I flunked a few times. I failed a few times. I started believing all this nonsense. And they were painful lessons. So that's the first question. You're a spiritual being, divine intelligence. Can you discern what is true and what's not true? Part of that is also, can you discern, you're not going to like this, what is of permanent value, what is of temporary value? So ask yourself, in one day, your waking moment, how much of that time is utilized on things that, or endeavors, or projects that is permanent, and what is of temporary value? If you spend more of your time searching, going to the internet, going to useless things, buying stuff that you probably use for a few years and you throw away, and yet you're too cheap to, go on a pilgrimage, too cheap to donate to a church or a temple or orphanage where all of us have lasting value, too cheap to actually pay for a course that will accelerate the development of your mind, your emotions, your spirituality. It's just like we had people complaining before, hey, this is many years ago, the pranic healing class is too expensive, it's $350. Then I find out, a few weeks later, that weekend they went to a bar and spent $500. All they got from it was a massive hangover, headache, and whatever else. I go, which one is of lasting value? Get the idea? Spiritual being of divine intelligence. Spiritual being of divine love. That's easy. Oh, I love everybody. Okay. When somebody hurts you, how quickly do you forgive? That's a true test. It's easy to love someone who loves you. You realize that, right? If somebody's very loving to you, piece of cake. No effort. I love you. I love you too. Done deal. But if somebody's nasty to you, that'd be the test. In fact, it reminds me this past week when we had our Hatha Yoga retreat. I know a lot of you were in it. If you remember, my teacher, Grandmaster Tswakok Si, was talking about the different levels of forgiveness. From level 0 to level 7. And I'll just quickly tell you, I mean, it's pretty extensive. I'll just kind of give you an outline. Level 0 is after several lifetimes. You know, there's souls that swear eternal hatred to each other and it takes them 2, 3, 4, 5 different lifetimes to forgive. Some people, level 1 is like on their deathbed. After 20, 30 years of being pissed off, finally, before the body dies, they go, okay, let's make peace. And some people, 20, 30 years. Some people, maybe a year or two. You know, I've known people don't talk to each other within the same household. Anyway, without boring you with details, level 7, he says, within minutes. When he said that, I remember the first time I heard him going, are you kidding me? Within minutes? And then he was looking at us. He probably read my mind and the mind of everybody else. Yeah, minutes or hours. So when somebody's hurt you, you internally retreat. You say namaste. You forgive them, bless them, and move on with your life. I heard that. I go, make sense? Not so easy. So if you're really a mastered that you are being a divine love, that's your benchmark. I cannot claim that. If you can, hey, go for it, buddy. Enjoy yourself. You're a spiritual being of divine will. As simple as this. Will is the ability to do what you don't feel like doing. You have to go to work because it sustains the family. I'm going to hold my ass out of bed. Okay? Or, I need to meditate so I can get to a certain level of development. Then your mind, your emotions go to all these different rationalization excuses. You flunked. So before we start claiming that, yeah, we've mastered this, better do a checklist thingy. So that's why I would highly encourage you, if you haven't already, attend pranic healing and later on Arhatic Yoga, because part of the teachings include inner reflection, firm resolution. Inner reflection means, okay, when it comes to this virtue, where am I at? Am I at infant level, adolescent level, adult level? In other words, our level of spiritual maturity in each of these areas. So you reflect on it, and you go, okay, I'm a very loving person. Let me reflect on this. Am I loving in my thoughts? No, let's start with actions. Am I loving with my thoughts? My actions? Yeah, I don't beat up anybody anymore because I go to jail. I don't do that anymore. So I'm loving. Doesn't mean you mastered it. You just don't want to go to jail. But let's just give you the benefit of the doubt. So I'm loving and non-injurious with my actions. Okay, good. How about your words? I don't cuss anybody. I mean, when I'm talking to them, I'm courteous. All right. Behind their back, what do you say? No, just say he's a piece of whatever and useless piece of junk and a jerk and everything else. But I don't say it in front of his face. You flunked. Get the idea? How about thoughts? Well, forget that. Right? Oh, nobody want to know what I think of. Exactly. So this inner reflection, firm resolution on every virtue, man, it's like looking in a mirror and you go, can we turn the lights off? Get the idea? So it all goes back to what we were talking about earlier. When a student is ready, the appropriate teacher will appear. And that appropriate teacher, or the level of the teacher, or how much the teacher is willing to teach us, is directly dependent on how well we have worked on ourselves. It makes sense why in the earlier years, Master Chun didn't want to teach me anything. And I thought, why is he withholding the teachings? No, because I was a little useless kid. I haven't done anything. So I noticed as time went by, did more healing, did more service, taught more classes, and go on, so on and so on. And the more I accomplished, the more he taught. Then at some point, I'm like a dog with a bone. I finally figured out, oh, that's how it works. I have to develop myself, produce results, then he'll teach me more. Then finally he said it. He said, what's the point of teaching you these higher teachings if you're not doing anything with it? You're not serving more people, enlightening more souls. Then it's a waste of energy. Click, click, something turned on. So when the student's ready, the appropriate teacher and teachings will appear. Now, here's the interesting part. As we keep progressing and progressing, at some point, the teacher will disappear. Now, that could physically mean not be in your life anymore, or that person will be, the teacher will be less involved. The question is why? It's because as we grow, we also have to help other people grow. Make sense? So as we grow, we become a mentor to someone else. So at that point, the teacher probably saw that, okay, you have developed enough of this, of divine love, divine intelligence, divine will, to a certain level that you can stand on your own feet. I'll just guide you in the background. And you hear the teacher's voice in your dreams, in your meditation, you get this sense. And if you're very, very sensitive, some of you would see the teacher in energy form. Or some of you just have a knowing. Or some people will say, like the way I do it, so one of the ways is like I'm teaching, I'm talking to someone, and suddenly a memory will come up to me. Oh yeah, 30 years ago, yeah, I was going through this is what happens. And that's the same lesson I will give this person. And sure enough, it made a massive difference. Those things just kind of pop up out of nowhere. The teacher guided. So when you look at it in a big context, when the student is ready, the appropriate teacher appears. As the teacher nurtures you and teaches you, the purpose of that is for you to grow. As you grow to a certain level, and you can now be a pillar for someone else, the teacher will go and nurture other students and just be a coach or a mentor to you, either in the physical world or in the spiritual world. That's how we grow. I hope that gives you better context. So to finish it off, when the student is ready, the appropriate teacher will appear. When the student is really ready, as in we have substantially, let's just say, mastered or substantially gotten better in certain important aspects of our lives, then the teacher takes a back seat. Okay, you know how to step on the accelerator, you know how to change gears, you know how to drive. Okay, I'll just relax in the back. But just in case you screw up, you didn't see that little pole over there, I'll just remind you, hey, you're leaning too much to that pole. Go this way. Make sense? So when the student is ready, the appropriate teacher will appear. And when the student is really, really ready, the teacher will disappear. That's it. Very simple. For me, personally, the biggest lesson there is we have to keep improving ourselves. Oh, I screwed up on that one. Okay, let's not do that again. And that's the part, I think, in my humble opinion, because I don't want to talk like I know everything. In my humble opinion, I think that's the part that we all have to realize, that we're all growing. And it doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. And the nice thing about it is, like qualities attract. As you raise your frequency, you raise your knowledge, your level of kindness and love, and the ability to contribute to the betterment of the world, then you attract angelic beings, teachers, knowledge to you, so you can do even a better job. That's it. So I hope you understand the lesson in context. The goal here is to keep striving and striving that we can be a pillar for other people to lean on. Not for needy people, not to solve everybody's problem. And that's the part I will leave you here. Because some people have this misunderstanding, or they say, oh, you're the teacher, so let me tell you. Could you tell me, should I have 2 kids or 3 kids? People have asked me, I go, how should I know? Talk to your husband, talk to your wife. And they will ask me, oh, I have these 3 job places I'm applying for. Which one should I take? I go, I don't know. You can figure it out. You have a brain. I'm good. heck is wrong with these people? And that's exactly what I learned from my teachers. Like, the point of having a teacher is the teacher is to teach you to bring out the divine love, divine intelligence, divine will that is already within you. Translation, no babysitting. The teacher is here to empower the student so that the student can use the teachings to make good decisions in their life. Are they going to screw up? All of us do. They said there are only two types of, what's that? Let me just read this so you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't want to misquote this. See if I have it here. 1 second. Let me do it because I think this would get the point across. I normally don't do this on the fly, but I think, I don't see it. Oh well, maybe you're not meant to know it yet. Let's see. One more time. 1 second. Ah, there you go. There are two kinds of perfect people. Those who are dead, and those who have not yet been born. I like that. There are two kinds of perfect people. Those who are dead, they're dead, right? They can't screw up anymore. And those who have not yet been born. So, pretty much know we're going to mess up. That's part of life. You can't handle it, well, you learn it the hard way. But the point is, if once we realize we have that tendency to mess up, then we'll focus more on our spiritual practice, our meditation, learn our lessons, so that as we learn more, we're empowered, we can help other people. That's it. So don't have a misunderstanding what a teacher is. The teacher is not here to solve your problems. The teacher is to teach you so you can solve your own problems. That's right. The point of having a teacher is not for you to be dependent on him. If you have a teacher that wants you to be dependent on them, well, I don't know. Sounds like a cult to me. Of course, that's only my opinion because my teacher never did that. My teacher never said, okay, I'm always right. Ask me for everything. No, I'll ask him a question. I said, Master, I have this problem. He goes, he actually told me this one time. He goes, hey, if the teacher does everything for you, how are you going to grow? Okay, do this, this, and this. But it's up to you. Your choice. I'm going. Clear? So some of you I know have typed in on the comments, oh, bless me this, bless me that. I ain't doing that. That's not my job. My job is to guide you in spiritual practice, to empower you to realize who you are, that you're a spiritual being, divine intelligence, so you can think, a spiritual being of divine love, so you can forgive and extend that love to humanity, and a spiritual being of divine will and power to fix your own problems. And to do what? To empower yourself so you can help other people who have problems. That's my job. You don't like it? Find another teacher. That ain't my job. Clear? That's it. I hope that was clear for you. Again, when the student is ready, the appropriate teacher appears. When the student is really, really ready, the teacher disappears. Shall we meditate? If you guys do I have to pick you guys off the floor? To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. To my beloved and respected teacher, Master Tokok Sui Mahaguju Meiling, we thank you for divine light, divine love. Thank you for divine empowerment. Thank you for helping us realize who we really are. That we have the ability to learn and grow and to be of service to others. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. All right. So since that lecture was a little a little too forceful, let's kind of make it a little softer. Let's do meditation between hearts. Because otherwise some of you go, man, I feel like I was hit by a sledgehammer. Sorry, just do my job. Okay. Take your left hand, tap your heart center. Take your right hand, tap your crown. Be aware of your heart and crown. Put your hands in this position. I am that. I am not the body, I'm not the emotion, I'm not the thoughts, I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am that. The soul, the spiritual self. The essence of divine intelligence, divine will, divine love, it is part of my essence. That is the I. I affirm it, and so it is. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence to regulate my mind, a spiritual being of divine love to regulate my emotions, a spiritual being of divine power to regulate the movements of my body. I am that. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one with the divine spark, the divine spirit within me. I am a child of God, meaning we're all still growing and evolving. I am one with God, that is my essence. I am one with all. There's only oneness. Be still. I am that. Maintain your stillness, maintain your state of awareness. Open your hands in blessing. Be aware of your heart, be aware of your hands. Imagine the earth in front of you. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred anywhere in the world, within me, within my household, within my state, country, anywhere in the world, let me sow unconditional love. Where there's injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. To all who I've hurt, in however way I've hurt you, I'm truly, truly sorry. I've learned from my mistakes. I humbly ask for your forgiveness. To all who I've hurt, intentionally or not, I send you love. I send you divine essence of kindness, humility, and ask for your forgiveness. Thank you. To all who have hurt me, we are all growing and evolving. We are all children of God. I've learned from my mistakes. So can you. To all who have hurt me in any way, you are completely forgiven. Go in peace. I forgive you. I release you. God's blessings of peace, love, be with you always. So be it. So it is. Where there is doubt, let me sow faith. Where there is despair, let me sow hope. Let's think of all the people who are in pain, who are going through difficult times in their life. Many at this time are going through extreme turmoil, like in Afghanistan, in Haiti, and different parts of the world that all of you are asking help for healing, like Iran, like Brazil, Venezuela, so many places asking for help. May divine blessings of hope and with faith, mercy and compassion with all of you. So be it. So be it. If you know any friends, loved ones going through difficult times, may be affected by the pandemic directly or indirectly, with their health, their finances, their relationships, their mental health, visualize their lives turning around, blessing them with hope, with faith, and a better tomorrow. So be it. So be it. Where there's darkness, let me sow light. You know, people keep saying, oh, the world is in darkness. That means people are in ignorance of their true nature. A spiritual being of light. And that light within us is connected to all the lights in the world and the universe. That's called oneness. May every person, every being on earth be blessed with divine light, with realization that we are one. So be it. And where there is sadness, let me sow a tremendous amount of joy. Be aware of your heart. Just say our hearts are one, our souls are one. And bless the earth with peace, with love, with a spirit of forgiveness, with hope and with faith, with light and joy. So be it. So be it. Now be aware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Be aware of your crown and exhale. Just be aware of your crown. Your crown is filled with so much golden light. Allow that golden light from your crown to just flow down through your hands and fill the entire earth. Fill the earth with golden light. Just say, our souls are one. From the center of the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with love and kindness. Let all be blessed with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. May all be blessed. So be it. So be it. Bless your family with golden light, your relatives, your friends, people you work with. Flood every person, every being with golden light. So be it. So be it. Now, be aware of your heart and crown at the same time. Take a deep breath. Exhale and fill the earth with even brighter golden light. From the center of the heart of God, through my spirit, through my soul, and through my entire being, may every person, every being in the higher worlds, middle worlds, even the lower worlds, let every sentient being in every direction, every dimension, be blessed with God's unconditional love and kindness. Let all be blessed with inner peace, inner healing. Let all be blessed with understanding, harmony, goodwill, and the willingness to do good. May all be blessed. So be it. So be it. And so it is. Just be still. Maintain the connection of your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Just let the energy flow through us. May all be blessed. Blessings be to all. Now lower your hands on your lap. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Just be still. Imagine a beautiful golden star, a beautiful golden sun just floating above your head. Just a beautiful little star, just glowing in brilliant golden light. Be aware of your heart. Send a stream of love from your heart up to the crown and into that golden light. Now just be still. Be aware of that golden light. Simultaneously be aware of your true nature, a being of light, beyond the body, beyond the emotions, beyond the mind. Be still. Om. Om. Allow yourself to drift deeper and deeper into that golden sun. Inside you find an ocean of golden light. Allow yourself to be fully immersed in that golden light. Be still. Om. Maintain your stillness. Maintain your state of awareness of that light. You are that light. And just simply let go, and just let things happen. Now. Gently, slowly, move your fingers, move your toes. Very gently and slowly come back to your physical body. Just settle back in your body, move your fingers and toes. Okay, raise your hands in blessing. Let's release the excess energies our bodies cannot absorb. So visualize all the people you love. Fill them with golden light. May all of them be blessed with good health, with happiness, with prosperity, and with spirituality. So be it. So be it. Just fill them with so much beautiful, loving, golden light. Bless your job, your career, with success, with progress and advancement, and lots of prosperity. So be it. Bless your finances with abundance and prosperity. So it is. Now be aware of your feet, the base of your spine, and your hands. Fill the earth below us with golden light. Just project golden light downwards. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. Blessings be to Mother Earth. So be it, and so it is. Let's give thanks to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother. Thank you. To all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Chokok Sui Mahagu Jumeling, we thank you for divine light, divine love. Thank you for your guidance, help, wisdom, and divine protection. We thank you. In full faith, and so it is. Okay? I hope you enjoyed the meditation. It was short. I think it was like 12 minutes. But we make it up with secret sauce, just a little bit extra energy, so that even though it's short, we are hopefully able to help you have a good experience. Now, before we go, just a quick thing to think about. You see, when you say meditation, most people think, oh, I'm focusing on something, I'm concentrating, I'm visualizing. That's actually it's not really what meditation is. Meditation, the proper term my teacher said, is prolonged awareness. Okay? When you concentrate, like, oh, I'm going to do this, that's called prolonged concentration. And if you get the whole of the book my teacher wrote, Achieving Oneness with a Higher Soul, prolonged one-pointedness or concentration is called in yoga, or in Sanskrit, dharana. Dharana, okay? And meditation is called dhyan, D-H-Y-A-N-A, dhyana, which, when we went to China, became Chan. You know, when monks meditate, they meditate on nothingness. That's Chan meditation. And when, from China, the great teacher Bodhidharma went to Japan, it's called Zen. So Zen, most people think like, Zen is like, yeah, man, I'm chilling. I'm just chilling. See, if you think about it, when you're chilling, you're not using your will, right? So when you say meditation, you're meditating, you're spreading your awareness over a prolonged amount of time, and you're soaking in whatever you're trying to soak in. Now, why am I talking about that? Because some of you have this perception, oh, we only did like a 10-minute meditation. The first 20 minutes, I had to listen to you. Yak, 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 yak. Okay. Sorry. See, that part of the lecture, it's also a meditation because you're not doing anything. You're just sitting there listening, processing, absorbing. So don't think of the meditation as just last few minutes. The entire thing is a meditation because you're practicing prolonged awareness. It's just the first part of the meditation. Your mental faculties, your emotional faculties, and your physical body, your mental, emotional, mental bodies are practicing the prolonged awareness. You're listening, you're trying to understand it and see how it applies in your life. Some of you are taking notes, you're taking it in. It's just that in the last few minutes when we do our actual spiritual meditation, that's when we go through the process of moving this energy, that energy, be really still and quiet. So you're trying to tune in to a higher frequency. So the awareness is still there. It's just that during the lecture, the awareness is the mental and the emotional body being aware, absorbing mental, emotional substance. When you do the meditation, you're now being aware or absorbing over a prolonged amount of time spiritual substance. If that makes it a little easier for you. It's just like one is using this antenna and this antenna, the other one is using this antenna. That's that. Okay? For some of you who are very technical, I hope that helps because some of you still are stuck with the idea meditation is chanting Om and being silent. No. Every time you're on a receiving mode over a prolonged amount of time, that's meditation. That's why people say, yeah, I went on meditation day. What'd you do? Oh, I just went out into the grass and just, no, not this grass. Some of you think that's the grass I'm talking about. Just walking down the grass and smelling the air and just, enjoying nature. That's my meditation. It is, because at that time, what are you doing? You're trying to soak in the environment, right? And you're not pushing, you're receiving. That's a meditation. Clear? So it's just here we try to do both emotional, mental, meditation, being aware by giving you hopefully some lessons that have helped me, hopefully that helps you. And then from there, we keep raising the frequency of emotions. First of all, your body is not moving, so it's like still, right? The emotions, the mind, and the spirit. That's it. All right, so I think I've done my job. Thank you very much for joining me, and we will see you Wednesday morning. Namaste, everyone, and you all take care, and have a fantastic Tuesday. We'll see you Wednesday morning. Take good care. Bye.